Special message for Muhammad Hadid and family. Gigi Hadid, Bella Hadid, Anwar, Yolanda. About your mission and your concerns regarding Palestine and your mission and your concerns regarding health. So I read Yolanda's book. Amazing. Her dedication. It's real. I understand. Variety of symptoms. Way more than depression. And I read most of it, almost every single page. Most of the pages more than once. And I got lots of highlights and everything and notes. And I noticed you went to over 100 doctors and none of them asked about stress. There must have been a few of them that mentioned it or something, but they didn't do a thorough analysis and investigation. So let me talk about what potentially might be the cure for the solution based on my father's work over many years. And then I started working with him over 20 years ago and started updating his book. There's the one that was 1984. And here's the problem. The entire medical system, I investigated and I found out what's really going on and what's really going wrong. So underlying causes are not being investigated and highlighted and worked on. And doctors have dozens of labels for a variety of symptoms from toxic stress overload. And they give dozens and hundreds of different medicines for them. And they spend very little time working on getting to the underlying causes and helping people reduce their stress. So the cats just reminded me of something really important. All right, we've been rescuing cats because our ignorant leaders, local leaders here in Riverside, the animal control does zero about cats, and so there's cats on every block that are, procreating, recreating, whatever. They're having babies and they're spreading out, and then they're like, you see them and they're hungry. And so we've been feeding and rescuing and spaying and neutering like dozens of them over the last few years. But here's the thing. This is like really critical. Mr. Hadid and Hadid family. There's two kinds of people in the world. There's people with a hard heart and there's people with a good heart. So it's all throughout the Bible, that idea. The hard-hearted. So the hard-hearted, they're the people running the world. They're the people running the show. They're in the club. We're not in the club. So that's both, a strength on your part, but it's also vulnerability. So, just perfect example is you have an amazing, courageous family. All of them have been speaking out about the Palestine situation, and during hundreds of death threats. So, and you knew they were coming. So Bella and Gigi spoke out a few years ago, and your other daughter, and they got death threats, and now they're speaking out again, and the death threats are coming again. So that's because you care. You have feelings about others who are suffering. That's very rare. Who else is speaking so vocally? The key problem, one of the other causes of so many problems in the world is that somebody's not standing up and saying, this is wrong. It's got to stop right now. So all those protesters in UCLA and the UC system, the university system, and around the world. Those are amazing people, and we ought to come together and support them. But with all you're going through, at this point, you may be just hunkered down. So all those death threats, but that's exactly what they want. They're threatening because they want you to shut up. So if they wanted to kill you, they'd just kill you. They wouldn't threaten you. But it's just they want to make you shut up and feel stressed out and like you're in danger. So I've never had to endure, well, I have had to endure that. I've had crazy neighbors across the street who, after, it's a long story, but it related to my activity of trying to reform the medical system. They went totally crazy and started threatening us for about 6 months. We had to put a 7-foot fence around out front. Death threats. I should have killed you. Carrying around a gun when he's walking around front across the street. So, former veteran. So I've experienced it a little bit, like a fraction of what you all are experiencing. So, but it's not going to end unless you win. So my other video I did for the protesters at UCLA is, do you want to fight, or you want to win? So I got the ammunition to win. That's my point. I've sent some of it to you already. I got email receipts from your assistant twice that you got my material. My Munib al-Masri, I spoke with him twice on the phone in 2012, and we really hit it off. He wanted to work with me. He wants to create a peace. Well, he has a peace center, but it's not known for that because, we're not hearing from him. But he wants peace. He's a peacemaker. So he built this beautiful palace, and he graduated from the University of Texas in Austin, and I was in Austin, and so I contacted him and talked to him on the phone, and I sent him my peace proposals, the same ones I sent to you. And he said, I want to work with you. So what his idea and our idea is to have a peace center here, and I'm thinking of the Palazzo Diamorn. I already talked to the owner, Jeff Green, about it. So peace center here, and then we have conferences between over there and over here. What's going on? How can we fix it? Just like in that movie, what was it called? Tomorrow's Land. Hope you've seen that one with George Clooney. You got to see that one. So it's an important movie because that's what's going on in the world. Television, the internet, it's putting out bad news, but solutions are forbidden to be talked about. Okay, I can give you a long list of them. And I've been trying since 2008, when I contacted Senator Obama and his future Deputy Secretary of State, P.J. Crowley, under Hillary Clinton. He loved my proposal for a TV show which is all about solutions called The Mission. So that's what we're doing now. We're going to come together and create it together. And then very soon it's going to be in primetime TV. We're simply going to get together and talk about things. And now, so regarding the Palestinian protests, there's some real strange things going on over there. We're not even hearing from them. They have no voice. It's like they need some help there. So, but back to the most important thing. So all of your family is probably going through toxic stress overload right now. I can only imagine. And I keep wondering, since I've been investigating it, that all those lawsuits might have some connection to your activism on Palestine. So look at the sequence of events. Zayn Malik and one of your daughters started talking about Palestine. They got a bunch of death threats. A year or two later, you got that phony, sexual assault accusation, which it sounds like total baloney. Somebody's coming after you to slander you. Okay, that's exactly how they operate. I'm running out of time here. I'm going to have to do a second video with a little more detail. Okay, there's a pattern. All right, this happened to a bunch of other celebrities where they were trying to do something good and then they got